Nigeria's new High Commissioner to the United Kingdom has just presented his letters of credence to King Charles III, marking the formal beginning of his tenure as Nigeria's most senior diplomat in Britain. His appointment comes at a significant moment. The Nigeria-UK relationship is one of the most important bilateral partnerships in the world, with bilateral trade now exceeding £8 billion. The Nigerian diaspora in the United Kingdom, one of the largest African communities in the country, looks to the High Commission for leadership, representation and protection.
It is indeed remarkable that I have assumed duty as the High Commissioner soon after the historic state visit by our President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is, and it has remained, a focus of discussion both in diplomatic and commercial circles here. That has helped to create a momentum which I hope and believe that it will give me the tailwind I need to move things forward quickly and efficiently. As you are aware, this mission is the flagship mission of Nigerian diplomacy. It is the oldest mission we have had, and it is the biggest mission. And that may not be unconnected with our historic relationship with the host country. My work is cut out. There are moves already to reconnect the British private sector with the Nigerian counterparts, because it is quite noticeable that over the years, investments from UK into Nigeria has declined considerably, even in critical sectors like oil and gas, banking and finance, and IT and digital communications. So therefore, these are some of the areas we want to pursue and encourage people in the UK to invest in Nigeria. We are getting help from the reform measures taken at home by our President in the areas of tax liberalization and other incentives that have been set aside for whoever wants to invest in Nigeria. What makes my job easier is that British private sector are fully aware of the potentials in Nigeria, and many of them are eager to resume both commercial and investment connections with Nigeria. First of all, I am not happy that trade volume stands at just paltry 8 billion. We should be talking about 3-figure billions. My hope is that it is a balanced trade volume, and which I don't think it is. So my major aim is to try to narrow the gap between what we import into the UK and what is exported from UK into Nigeria. That is what you should watch out for, not the total volume. Because if we have a trade deficit relationship with our hosts, it is not a happy story, no matter how large the volume of the trade is. I'm glad you asked me this question, because diaspora has always been on my mind. When I served in Korea, I rejuvenated the diaspora population in Korea. Not as many as you have here in the UK, but we engaged with them fully, involved them in all our activities, and I also created a database, which sadly I find out now that there is none in this mission. So the mission doesn't even know how many Nigerians live in the UK, how many are illegal, how many dual citizens. These are all informations we need, and it is very important we establish a database and capture as many of diaspora as possible. As you know, a very, very, very overwhelming percentage of the diaspora are very gainfully engaged in this country, contributing to both host country and the Nigeria's economy. They are actually very, very high foreign exchange earners. Inflow into the country has exceeded oil revenues. And we have many professionals here. For instance, I was surprised to discover that there are 15,000 medical doctors working here in the UK, Nigerians. And there are 18,000 nurses working here in the UK, plus 13,000 care workers. And there are many other professionals. These are what we intend to show as the real face of Nigeria, not rubbish people who are now occupying the narratives. We will change that, and we will portray our country in the positive light it rightfully should have.